It is 12:23 Eastern. Do this. There we go. 12:23 Eastern here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and just technically a day before the Super Bowl, I'm going to do my prediction. Now, this prediction has been agonizing me for the past week, and I'm not even kidding. This game is so close. You will not find two teams that are going to be closer, more evenly matched than this matchup. Now, originally, my Super Bowl prediction was going to be Colts Saints if they both got to 16-0. So, but they didn't get to 16-0 because the Saints lost to the Cowboys and then ended up losing two more games. And the Colts pussied out after they made it to 14-0 and rested their starters when they could have had a decent shot at 16-0, and therefore, one, they lost to the Jets after a comeback, and two, they lost badly, I think, against, I don't know, the Ravens or something, or whoever it was. I don't care personally. But this matchup has been agonizing me, and a bunch of people on EFR, Earnhardt Fan Racing, which my boy Johnny8242 has been questioning me about lately, have said that they've said 14 out of the 17 people that have voted said that the Saints are going to win. But this is going to be a tough call. Let's go over it. We start with the offense. Both teams have great offenses. Peyton Manning, arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's got to be. You got to put him up there as one of the greatest of all time. He's certainly one of the top two in the modern era. Like, now. He is really, he is basically the top quarterback in the league. If you don't want to put him there, he's at least one of the top quarterbacks in the league, at least the top two. But on the other side, you got Drew Brees, who was a cast-off, let's not forget, from San Diego a couple years ago, if you guys remember that. He was reborn with the Saints, led up to the NFC Championship game in 06. Kind of struck, 07, they kind of were shaky a little bit. 08, Brees threw for over 5,000 yards. And then in 09, they start off with 13 straight wins, stumble into the playoffs and the number one seed, but take it home in the postseason, getting a dramatic overtime win against the Vikings, which I thought was sort of not earned. But that kind of shows you maybe this is a team of destiny, which I'll get to in a minute. And I just think both teams have great quarterbacks. Drew Brees and Peyton Manning. I would take either of them. If I had to choose between the two, it'd be a tough choice. Running backs. This is really not really going to be a running sort of game. You have Reggie Bush. He is the X factor for the Saints on the offensive side of the ball. He's got reception abilities. He's got running abilities. He's got everything. So I think he's going to be the X factor for the Saints on the offensive side of the ball. Wide receivers. Again, you got some good ones. Robert Meacham stepping into his own. Marquise Colston stepping into his own. You got a ton of talent for both teams. You still got Reggie Wayne over there in Indianapolis. You have Pierre Garçon, who stepped up big time this season in filling a need that was left by Marvin Harrison. He stepped up big time and become a very key contributor for this team. And offenses, I think they're both equally matched. They really are. The Saints, I think, were the top scoring offense in the league. Or probably not top scoring offense, but like top producing offense in the league in terms of yards. Defense, I would have originally just said Colts. But now I'm not so sure because Dwight Freeney, I think, is going to be out for this game, according to my teacher. He says that Dwight Freeney is going to be out. So that sways it a little bit now because Dwight Freeney was a key for that team on defense. He was the speed off the rush that team needed. Now they don't have it. So, what are you going to do? Well, I still think they have a pretty decent defense. That said, I think the Saints have a better secondary. You got Darren Sharper, who's a ball hawk back there, leading your secondary. Don't get me wrong, the Colts have a pretty good secondary, especially since they've actually grouped around each other and tried to produce in the absence of Bob Sanders. But I think the Saints have a better secondary. This game, to me, is going to come down to turnovers. Who is going to get it, and who's going to get it done on the offensive side of the ball? It's a tough call. It really is. Let me see if I've got some cards over here of Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. And if I do, then I'll see. Flacco. Here's Manning. Here's a Manning from 09 draft. Let's see if I have Drew Brees. Big Ben. I got a bunch of other quarterbacks. I don't have Drew Brees though. Well, not from 09 Bowman anyway. Brady, Edwards, Donovan McNabb again. David Carr, Favre. I'd be using his card if his team was in. I don't think I have one. I probably don't have one of him as a Saint. If I do have one of him in this stack. Shit. Okay, give me 1 second. That's not gonna be in that stack. That's all my other random crap. Well, I don't have a Drew Brees card, but I think I might have another Saints card in here. And if I do, I'll just use that. I kinda wish this was easier to do. Like, it's just not easy to come up with this stuff on the fly. Which is exactly what I'm doing. This is first take. This is first take. First take. I probably should have gotten this prepared. But I think the game is going to come down, as I'll look through this and talk. I think the game is going to come down. Okay, this works. This works. Deuce McAllister. This works. He's not with the team, but that's all I've got. I'm sorry. You can go ahead and cry about my production values all you want. I don't care anymore. I already get enough crap, trash talking from everybody. Okay, Colts or Saints? Well, put these in view. Move these over. Put these in view. 27. I think it's going to come down to a field goal. I'm going to say 27-24 is the final score. God, who do I want to pick in this? I really don't know who to pick. I want to root for the Colts. They're so strong. The Saints, I think, are a destiny team. But the Colts are just so strong. So you know what? I think it's the Colts year. Alright, I'm sorry. Colts year was in 06. I think the Colts just... I want to root for them because they're just so strong. You know, you want to say that the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl because they're so strong. Actually, let me see if I've got... I probably just have rookies in here, but... Do I have an extra Saints card? Well, I got an Adrian Arrington. He's actually on the team, but... Whatever. Ah! Shit! Pardon the French! Ugh. Okay. Okay. The Colts... I just don't think I just don't think that they can they do it? You know, can they do it? Can they get their second Super Bowl with the Saints being the destiny team this year? I'm going to say 27-24. Who they think they'll beat them Saints? Okay, that was horrible. 27-24 Saints. I think the Saints are this year's Destiny's team, and they're going to win it on a last-second drive for a game-winning field goal. 27-24 Saints. Who they? Who dat? I will be a part of Who Dat Nation for this game. I want to root for both teams. I really do. But you know what? Peyton's got a Super Bowl ring. Deuce won't get a Super Bowl ring with the Saints. But I think Drew Brees, I think it's his time. I think he now has the ability to get a Super Bowl ring. So it's going to be 27-24 New Orleans Saints. Put me to that. This video is going to get posted up on EFR for everybody to comment. And I'm sorry this took so long, but I've been agonizing over this decision. But like I said, final score, 27-24 New Orleans Saints. That logo right there is going to be the logo of the team that's going to win. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.